Welcome to Sure Shot Archery. Today I want to talk to you about controlling your bug population. This video is mostly going to focus on greenheads, pine flies. This device can kind of stop some mosquitoes. You'll end up catching some wasps, which can be a good or a bad thing. But overall, it will benefit other animals. So stay tuned as I share with you what is going on here. So as you may know, living in the woods is nice. It has its benefits. Being able to shoot on your property is even nicer. But one drawback, at least for me, is the amount of bugs we have where I live. So we have this really cool bug trap that we were given the directions for constructing by one of the local colleges. They did a whole research study, I believe it was over several years, catching massive quantities of greenheads and pine flies in these greenhead traps, as they call them. I'm going to show you them in just a minute, but they're pretty much a box on posts with netting, and then in two of the four corners there is pretty much Tupperware with little holes that are cut out to let the pine flies and greenheads into the Tupperware, where they buzz around and eventually die. But since they're no longer alive, they're no longer going to bite you, especially when you're up at full draw and you got one nibbling on your bow arm or your drawing arm or your leg, even worse, because when you have both hands full, the bugs know for some reason that you are an easy target. So let me share with you what I have been using now for, I would say, a majority of my life. At least a good 20 years that we've been living here, we've had these greenhead traps, and they've worked pretty flawlessly. Are all the pine flies and greenheads gone? No. I don't think that's a realistic expectation, but we have cut down a vast majority of them, and it's a great way to control and manage them. And I'll show you how some of the other animals actually benefit from us catching all of these greenheads and pine flies. Okay, so behind me here is one of our many greenhead traps. We actually have about 3 across our property. You do want to space them out depending on how big your property is and what coverage you want, because it doesn't, the bugs on the other side of the house are not coming all the way over here to go into this trap. It's bugs from this local area. So here's a look at what's going on. What you're gonna see is pretty much what a greenhead's thinking here. So it's flying in, and it's gonna see this nice big black box, and they don't fly that high, so they fly all the way down here, and they're buzzing back and forth. Well, they see this can right down here. This is the bait, and they fly up. And look, boom, right there, you see the sky. Greenheads aren't that smart. So, when they fly up and see the sky, they get stuck in here because they have a natural instinct of always wanting to fly towards the sky. So as you can see, there's some stuck in the trap now. They get stuck by this nice mesh here. And then they work their way into the containers where they actually get caught and eventually die. Within about 24 hours, they run out of energy and die. Now, you're saying, maybe to yourself, this is terrible. You're killing all these bugs, and there's nothing eating them. Wrong. There's actually a lot of animals that are benefiting from this. So when we clean these out every couple of days, we put them out. The birds come and pick through them. The ants pick through them. Even the squirrels will eat them. Now, the bugs that are in the trap, the ones that don't get into these containers here, the birds are smart enough to actually fly up, pluck them out from inside here. They pluck these mosquitoes, these greenheads out, and they actually eat the greenheads live. So, the birds are the ones that are probably benefiting the most from this. Hope you enjoyed this greenhead trap that I'm sharing with you. I find that it comes in handy, and I figured that by sharing it, maybe somebody else would be interested. I'm more than willing to do a video on it, and I may work on one, since these traps are about 15 years old or so, I could probably use to build 1 or 2 more. So I may have a video in the near future on how to construct these with proper heights and dimensions, because dimensions are important. You don't want your traps too low and you don't want them too high, because the greenheads won't efficiently get stuck in those traps. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, happy shooting.